Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Spotlight on a Trenndian. We have our special guest, our very first student, the very first student for Uptrennd University, Ishmahell Adeleye. Did I get that correct, your last name?
Yes, Adeleye.
Great. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. It is myself, Bluefinstudios and ShadowsPub. We are hosting, and we're pleased to have you with us, Ishmahell. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm good. Thanks for taking the time to meet me. So I think you're good to go.
Thank you. So our first student for Uptrennd University. Take us back to when you first heard that. Everybody is guessing the answers on this little game that Tiger Lily had been running. And the answers were pretty close, but you seem to have known the exact answer. There's probably only one way to really know, and that's if you had been following all of her clues and looking at all of the posts. How long had you actually known the name of the surprise?
Well, actually, let me say before the I Spy stuff that she created, I'd actually seen, I was in the channel, this Discord channel. So I saw an extra channel, the Uptrennd University stuff. So it was kind of looked, I was looking at, okay, what is this about? So at the time she brought out the contest, it was like getting close to that kind. So I thought I was able to guess the actual name.
Ah, excellent.
So you got a sneak peek.
You did?
Yeah, kinda.
That's great. That's great. And you mentioned I Spy. Is that where you found your clues?
Yeah, the I Spy post and they were posting. So I think they were dropping clues. So I had to just pick them. So everything was just making sense to us university stuff. So I just had to add in the Uptrennd University. So I was able to get my final guess.
Great. Fantastic. Did you think anybody else was going to beat you to it, getting the answer in first?
Yes, that is normal for the contest. Actually, we are all looking forward to getting the answer. So I was kind of eager to just drop my own option. So at least the last day of the post, I had to just wake up early and waiting for the announcement of the stuff. So I had to just post my comment earlier. So and thankfully I got it.
Very nice. So it's curious. We have a fairly small group of beta students going through this. One of them is actually your brother. Did you let him know that you knew the answer? Did you keep the answer from him, or did you sort of surprise him and surprise the world by tossing out the answer?
Actually, a day before the answer was dropped, I gave him a hint. Maybe he can also get it, but I was not able to find the answer. So I had to just take the opportunity and drop mine.
Do you guys compete often?
Yeah, not that much. But when it's time for competition, we do.
Yeah, same with my brother and I. Sometimes we do, most times not, but sometimes we do.
That's good.
I'm really glad that it worked out. We're so thrilled that you became our first student. When you got that honor, one that nobody can ever take away from you, by the way, how did you feel? Were you excited?
I felt so excited. Okay, it was kind of a one thing for me. I always like exploring new stuff. So getting that stuff gave me the opportunity to become one of the students. So I have to explore, okay, what is this Uptrennd University about? So it's really an honor, and I'm very excited.
I'm excited to. I remember at the time, sometimes you were struggling to get sometimes online. Did that affect you? Were you worried, or did you think, oh well, that's a sort of a blessing in disguise? You had a chance to get yourself online and take a breath.
Yeah, I didn't get your question right. So maybe Right?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I
I
didn't
have
get the
no.
question.
I was
Maybe
just
can
wondering. I know that sometimes you had a little bit of trouble getting online with your phone at the time. Um,
you? Yeah. Okay.
was that a challenge for you, or are you finding ways around getting online now and getting into the university?
Yeah. Before the university, I had issues with my mobile and my PC.
Yeah.
So actually, getting the honor of that first student, they really gave me a boost. Okay, since I'm the first student, I have to be online and all this kind of stuff. Actually, I've bought a new phone. Actually, for the purpose of the university. So I
Um,
think that is.
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So now I'm fully online. Actually, so it's really an exciting phase. So,
Awesome. Uh, I was looking back a little bit. You're in chemistry, correct?
yes, I had a undergraduate degree in chemistry. That's BSc.
Very
So,
nice. Uh, I,
You've written a lot of posts around chemistry, haven't you? Maybe not over here, but over on Steam.
yeah, actually, I've not been writing. I'm not a good writer, so I don't know much of writing that. I just like exploring the kind of stuff. Then talking about streammates, I was not able to write any much post because I was glued with these utopian open source projects. So
have you been looking in on your other teammates and seeing where they come from? Some of the other beta students, are others of them university students as well? Are others in your area? Do you know any of them?
yeah, actually, and because of the lockdown, I've not been able to visit any other people or know more about others in my area. So talking about the beta students, I've been visiting their posts and commenting. At least we have a very good interaction with ourselves. So,
I I forget about the lockdown. There's so much that's different between what was before and what is now. It does get to be interesting. Um, but it gives us a chance. Maybe we can get together online. Have you guys been talking online? Do you talk about some of the challenges or the assignments?
yeah, not really much, but at least my DM is open for anyone to come in to chat about it. But for now,
Nope.
I haven't had enough connection with others. Let me say private in private. So most times we do talk in the comment section on the post and in the group here.
Well, that's good. That's good. Um, we're noticing. So I remember looking back at the early posts of the beta students, and you guys all definitely stood out beforehand. It's why you were chosen. We had followed a large number of students and narrowed it down and selected you guys. What I'm noticing now is that your posts are even that much better, all of yours. Um, I'm really enjoying what you've been writing. I'm really enjoying the assignments you've been doing. What do you think? Do you think the university is making a big difference?
Yes, actually, I mentioned earlier that I've not been a good writer. Let me say I can't write enough content. I just love reading, and learning. So actually, joining the university now, I can see that I'm improving for the best. That's why I'm very happy to be a student and actually the first student. So it's really an honor.
Well, that's good. Have you seen that you've been making more connections now that you are part of this group, the beta group?
Yes, that last assignment we did, the one of 10 comments.
Yep.
So those kind of comments, it was kind of hard for me to find people to interact with, or let me say, drop my comments there. But after doing it, I was able to gain a little bit of followers. So it was interesting actually. So and I would love to see more. Now I'll try to be creating more and more content. It's kind of fun. So
What types of things do you like to write about?
actually, I'm not a good writer, so I can't really say that. I just love taking any niche I find my inspiration in. So actually, yeah, now I've been dropping some creative writing, parenting, and we talk about life in general. So
When you were talking about the comments on 10 posts or 10 people, I was thinking back. It's one of the things that I first struggled with when I got online. Making connections or meeting new people, for me, was always a challenge. And I find that something like this, where you sort of have a group of, I mean, you've been tossed together with the rest of the beta students, so now you automatically have your first group that you connect with. Does that help with you guys now being able to comment on each other or laugh or enjoy each other's posts?
yeah, the beta student, let me say before we become beta, I have some comments in my post. And actually having the beta group made me meet some new people. So it's all good actually.
It's all good. Now, did you read other posts about the banquet?
Yes, I went through all of them because I was actually, let me say, the last person to submit mine. So I had to check others. So, and it was kind of lovely. I just love their creativity and the fun they put into it.
What about your post on the banquet? What are you most excited about?
My post on the banquet, having to write that post, it just took me kind of, is it real or imaginary? I had to just imagine myself being a banquet, let me say a real banquet. So it was kind of exciting to write about it. And I feel like a real one should just happen. So
if we were not in quarantine, we would all love to get together. So what we're going to do instead is coming up, we're going to have our little banquet. We'll each be in our own place at the banquet, but we'll be together and we'll share it together. It'll be a great way for us to have fun. We'll each bring our own treat. What do you think would be your favorite thing to bring to the banquet? If you could pick any food, let's say, what would be your favorite meal to bring?
for the food, my favorite would be mussels and swallows with a very good soup.
Mm.
Yes, I think Selena is asking me about fufu. Fufu is just the cassava. It's made of cassava actually, so you pound it and make the flour. So it's actually lovely, and I would love to see Tiger eat it.
And will you be leading the dance floor? Will you be out there dancing with all of us?
Talking about dancing, no.
Are
I
you
don't have to
sure?
dance. Yeah, I'm very sure. I don't have to dance at all. So I'll
no,
just watch. I'll watch others dance. So
now, who would you be really interested to have as a special guest at a banquet if we do get together for real?
yeah, I would love to have Jeff Felix.
That sounds exciting. I think most of us would like to hear him speak. Can you think of anybody else?
Not really for now. I don't think I have any other person I would love to see them.
Okay.
So I'll just stick to that one.
All right. Sounds good. Is there something special you'd like to share with everybody listening, whether they're a student already or whether they want to be a student? Maybe some tip to catch the eye of those of us who are picking new students.
Yes, I'd just like to motivate people to just try to explore new ideas, new people, new communities, and let me say new stuff. So it's just an amazing experience to just know about things, even though you don't know everything. At least know little about everything. So actually, it really helps a lot. Then for the beta students and other students or other Trenndians, those that want to join the university and those that maybe just stay on Uptrennd alone. So I just love that we make our content original, be good to others, and at least a good. They're talking about spam and scam or scam. Just like Tiger mentioned one day, I think they are going to be using the term scam. So those campers, I just like to encourage them to do better and make the platform quality for all. So
Mm. The spam.
Spam
I
should only
so
be a meat.
right. I have to say I very much agree. I see Zonea says fufu is a cassava flour. Interesting. I'm curious to see in the text what they're writing about their favorite foods.
I'm
Is there
curious to
something?
see what cassava flour is.
I guess we would. That's a grain that grows and that they turn into a flour. Is my guess.
cassava is a tuber, not a grain.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
it's
Similar
just the same
to
as yam.
similar to like a potato flour that we have here.
So you
Yes.
mentioned the other day that you were clearing some land for farming. What are you going to be farming?
Yeah, I think we are just entering the rainy season, so I'm going to try to plant maize.
Maize.
Corn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just put 4 plants in, 4 corn plants. Probably a little bit less than you're planting. I imagine you're putting in more than 4 plants.
Yeah. How much land are
I'm
you
trying to,
clearing?
I can't really say the size of the land, but at least I'm going to plant up to 1,000 stands of corn. So
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a few more than yours, Blue.
Everything I'm doing is in a bucket or a pot, so I would imagine. I don't have as much space.
yeah,
It's curious what got you interested into the farming. Is that to just grow food for yourself and friends?
yeah, it's for the neighborhood actually. I love to share things. So by planting, once it's harvested, we share it among the community. So that is it.
That's a lot of
Uh,
sharing.
it is, but that's a fantastic thing. Do others plant something different and share as well? Do you folks trade?
We share, we don't trade. So if you want to buy things, we buy in the market, but most especially in the community, everybody have their different kind of plants. So we kind of share our stuff once it's harvested.
That is probably really what I meant, rather than trade itself.
Okay.
You grow corn if somebody needs some maize, then you give them the maize. If they have something that you might need, they might give that to you.
Yes,
I think that's fantastic.
yes, thank you.
Other than your brother, is that it in the family?
Yeah, I'm trying to dig my sister in, but actually she's kind of still a student and not really available online. So very soon.
And will we see her eventually joining Uptrennd University?
Yes,
That's great.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Well, Tiger Lily says she saw somebody with the name Adeleye.
Yes, I think she's going to be the one. I'm not really sure if she has opened or not. So, because we don't stay together for now. We are trying to check on her and ask.
So
Well,
then
when
there'll
she
be a trio on board.
Yes, I didn't get that.
I said there'll be a trio on board, 3 of you.
Okay, yes. It's going to be amazing actually. So,
I don't want to put anybody else on the spot, but were there questions that anyone else has? I guess not. Not in the. I'm looking through, scanning through the text, and most of them are all excited about perhaps joining and come to see when the maze is ready. He's going to have a big banquet, is what everybody's hoping. We'll all come visit you.
Apparently
At
it's
that
going to
point,
be a corn banquet.
I hope so.
You can make lots of good things out of corn.
Ah, there's a good question from Miss Tiger Lily. You remember our first class trip where we chose to go to space?
Yes, I remember.
So if you could pick anywhere else, anywhere in the world, where would you choose to go on a class trip?
Yeah, I would want to go and visit our chancellor. So maybe she can host us at that place. So,
Interesting. I wonder what it would take to get all of us to get together. Maybe we can each go visit each person's home cities.
Winning lotteries?
Oh, my pond. I wish Safi had not mentioned that. She did not know, but my pond broke, and now it is empty. The bottom liner in my pond broke in my garden.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well.
Tiger Lily said that she didn't hear... Oh, Zanya didn't hear where would you visit. She didn't pick it up.
okay, I was saying I want us to visit our chancellor. Maybe she can host us in her home. Maybe she has an hotel. I think that hotel that she used for travel stuff.
She
So
wants.
that place will be
Everybody
okay.
wants to go visit Miss Chancellor Tiger Lily.
You're going to have a busy mountain there, Tiger Lily.
Mm-hmm. Tiger Lily lives on top of a mountain. It's about an hour and a half away from everything. My goodness, that is a loud, noisy place.
You talking about Tramp or where Ishmahell is?
I think it's Ishmahell. I think there's a lot of people in the background excited and cheering. I can't tell.
Probably. And he's got headphones on, too.
Ah, very nice.
So is there any other questions? Oh,
other than from the cat.
James tuned in. He said that he hears there's a party at Tiger Lily's.
That is very true. So, all right, let's assume that it's not a real place. Is there some place that you would love to visit as a class trip? Would you like to go explore under the ocean? Would you like to go up on a mountain? The tallest mountain in the world?
Talking about heights, I don't really love heights, so I think I will skip the mountain part.
I'm not a big fan of cold.
So I would rather go for the ocean exploration. So I think there's a lot of lovely stuff under the ocean that I would like to see with my eyes. I've been watching a lot of TV or documentaries. So actually, you can just have an underwater.
You need to hope that maybe I have I win the lottery and then I can buy the big boat and I will come pick up everybody. We can all take a trip together.
Perfect. So Tiger Lily would like to know, our Chancellor would like to know, what is your next goal on Uptrennd? Are you shooting for something like maybe valedictorian?
For the valedictorian, I think is a post for the best students or something like that. So actually, I don't want to aim much for now. So let's just keep the trend going, and at the end of the day, we'll see who gets what. But the major part of it is that I have to improve in what I'm doing. So the awards are just for, how would I call it? The awards are just there, but the major part of it is not the award, but the improvement on the personal stuff. So I'll be glad to just improve my own part. So I think that would be my goal.
So when you did your application post, you applied for teacher's assistant, didn't you?
Yes, of course.
Is that still something that you would actually apply for?
Yeah, it's better to start from somewhere very close. And just picking from the top. So you just grew your way from bottom to the top, actually. So I'll just start with the teacher assistant, see if something like that really is going to happen.
So Zanya says everyone can be a writer and he shouldn't say he ain't a writer. Maybe what you mean is you're not as good a writer as you'd like to be?
Yeah, like I just love reading actually than writing. So it's kind of read to learn. It's that all how do I call it? A reader is a learner is a reader. So I just love reading than put my own words down because I'm actually short of words most times. So the
So
best thing for me is just to continue reading.
when you say you're not a writer, how do you mean that? Do you mean that the way you form your words is not good, or the topics?
Like it takes long for me to get inspiration to write. I don't really know much about what to write. So actually that is the main part. It's not that I cannot write. When I write with passion, but it is not something that happens always. So
So you do know that people who make their living writing don't just suddenly get an idea and everything goes down. They sometimes spend like days writing, a 1,000-word piece. So it doesn't make you not a writer. It just means that you have to think about it.
yes, I think maybe I'm going to put it there within. So
I think we all get the imposter syndrome sometimes.
Which means we think we are just no good. We're just an imposter and we can't really write.
Exactly.
Right. Well, listen, we've had a really good time talking to you. Is there any last thing you would like to let everybody know before we sign off for the afternoon?
wow, okay. I don't really think there's anything much we have said all already. So I'd just like to thank everyone for the courtesy that you sent to me during this interview. It's really kind of lovely meeting others, hearing from them, and it's all good actually.
I have to say, for me personally, I am thrilled that you were our first student and our first spotlight on a Trenndian. We truly enjoyed having you. Love having you as a part of the beta team, but really enjoyed meeting you and getting to know you a little bit more. That's a thank you from me, Bluefin Studios. Shadows, last words?
Ditto what you said. That works.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us today on Spotlight on a Trenndian. Everybody feel free to continue chatting as you will in the text, and we will be signing off on the audio interview. Thanks.